So my question is, my wife and I, we've been married for 18 years. We've got four amazing kiddos,
Uh-huh.
and I love her very much. I want to take good care of her and want the
Do
best for
you?
her. But
I don't know.
in the past 7 years, I really lost that loving feeling.
Huh?
To the point where I don't really enjoy spending time with her. I don't I'm
Accidentally.
not comfortable in a room with her, especially alone. In big groups, it's not such a big deal, but and it's
Oof.
gotten kind of to the point where it's kind of my knee-jerk reflex. Even if there's like, oh, I could tell my wife's been in this room. I'm just like, ugh, my wife's been here. Like it's, and I hate that about myself.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Why don't
Like, when you be, I would be, imagine the wife listening to this call. How would you feel to know that your husband cannot stand being in a room you've been in? Like, what the hell? The issue with this relationship is that he is an idiot. Next question. I mean, maybe in some type of world there is a valid reasons for his feelings, so we need to hear him out. But I'm like, what are we talking about?
you like
my
her?
question is,
Why don't you like her? It's not the love and feeling. You don't like her. Why don't you like her? Why aren't y'all friends?
um, I'm,
Yes.
I,
You got.
I'm
You
always,
got. Hey,
I'm always
you just got to
thinking,
be honest. You got to be honest. You're already in it now. You got to be honest. Why aren't you friends?
yeah. I
Just
don't
say
like the
it.
way she treats me. I don't like.
Tell me about that.
Okay.
Um, she's gotten a lot better
Hold on.
over the
Stop.
years.
Stop. Stop hedging. Stop hedging. Just tell me the truth.
She's not nice to me. She
Okay.
calls me
Okay.
names.
Oh.
She is full of insults. Um, and I think it betrays how she really feels about me.
Well, let me just read that before it evolves. 18-year marriage and now he's getting the ick. Something definitely triggered this. You may not realize this, but maybe traumatic but suppressed. Maybe that, or maybe she's just mean. Just play devil's advocate here. Yeah, which is
Um,
fair.
like so like just in the course of conversation, like a couple of years ago, I was like, hey, I'm self-employed. I think it's time to hire somebody. I think I need to hire somebody. And her response isn't, oh, is the business growing? No, it's, oh, you're so lazy. Is this work beneath you? You just can't do it yourself. I'm like, no, I think this is, but it's
Yeah, I didn't see that angle before you explained it, but I kind of see it. If someone's gonna, like, I mean, you said 7 years ago. So it's been 7 years that someone's just belittling you, calling your names. It may be your wife, it might be the mother of your children, but honestly, it kind of explains. I'm like, So basically, he feels disrespected, but he has been trained, has been forced himself to think that it's not that big of a deal, causing him to not want to be around her. Probably, yeah. Slowly chip to it, yeah. He's probably trying to tell himself it's okay, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe he's in the whole, oh, I'm a man, I'm not gonna get annoyed by it like a woman telling me things about him. And maybe he's trying to like make sense out of it, and it's just getting too much. So I kind of really get it actually.
it just cuts me really deeply that's how she sees me. And if I really felt like I was a lazy person, then I'd be like, oh, that's a fair assessment. But I just feel like my wife should be able to tell me that in a way that's loving and encouraging and not scathing like that.
The thing that is the defining characteristics of marriages that make it are, at the end of the day, they're friends.
Yeah.
And what I would tell you is right now, and I'm just gonna. Can I just have your permission just to be pretty blunt? Is that cool?
I mean, if you must.
Okay. Um, your wife's like not a good friend.
She's a terrible friend. Like, that's not even a friend. If I had a friend that talked to me that way, we would not be friends today. Like, there's no way. Sadly, she kind of trash, okay? No support and all the mean comments. Yeah, that's really gonna wear him down. And he hasn't been saying anything for 7 years. Yeah, no, he's kind of is dying down. Chip away their confidence inch by inch, and soon is controlling this. Is how abusive relationships start. Yeah, and if she's just belittling him, not respecting him, seeing like lower than herself, then she's just mean.
How long has this been going on?
Oh, we we have a long history.
Uh huh.
And there's a good deal of trauma in there too.
What does that mean?
So
Okay, trauma, as Clarence was saying.
we met in college through the college Christian group. I was pretty immature and uncertain about my theology. We were trying to stay like, you know, when we became romantically involved, we were trying to stay pure before marriage and all that. And she literally, well, for starters, we kind of divulged our sexual history too soon.
What do you mean by too soon?
And then I felt like I couldn't break up with her, because then it would seem like it was because I was upset about her sexual past.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, I can't imagine how that went down. Well, then, did you marry her for the right reasons, bro? Because, well, I guess he'll tell us, but what was that enough reason for him? Was it something that he was not down for? But even then, you've been together for 18 years. If you want, like, before you married her, you could have been like, nah, unless he tells us that they had a shotgun wedding because she got pregnant or something. But, like, I don't know about that. He doesn't feel supported in their marriage. Both sides need to support each other. In this one, the wife is actually trying to tear him down, which may come from insecurities on her part. But still, yeah, that like, you cannot have it only one way or none at all. Like, you really need support in everything on both sides. Depending on the type of friendship you have, some people are okay with bants like that. Yeah, it's banter. Like, I'm talking about like real just being mean. I guess she's just ignorant about how you felt about it. Either that or she's mean. It's one of the two. To be honest, it doesn't sound very assertive. Yeah, which is not a reason to be mean to him. Like, you know, I feel like even if he doesn't tell you, oh, this hurts me. Like, I feel, especially after being with someone for 18 years, you kind of know them. You're supposed to kind of know them a little bit enough to know that this is what they act like or they look like when they're sad. I feel like you would be able to tell, oh, like, if I tell something really mean to someone, I'm able to see that they're body language or something is off. And if I'm not sure, you ask, like, oh, I said that, like, did it bother you? Because you care, because you want to communicate with that person, especially in a partner you've been with for 18 years. I feel like it would be weird if she never noticed that this was something hurtful. And what she's saying is hurtful. It's not like it's not a jokey thing, or you're so lazy you want to hire someone because you don't want to do the work. I struggle to see how I would take that as a funny hee hee type of thing, you know? Like to say I don't like that. Yeah. Dude is still in denial. He's still trying to convince himself that he's in the wrong. I'm convinced he definitely called here expecting to be called the asshole in the situation. Yeah, the type of person that will take all the blame. He sounds like he might be. I think that's from years of being teared apart. Years of that will make you lose your confidence, hence making you less assertive. That's also something that could be true. Maybe he used to be very like, I know my things. But at the same time, considering that he felt like he could not break up because then she would think that he broke up because of a reason, is not sounding very assertive either, you know. So this almost sounds wrong from the start. Now that just for the last 7 years, yeah, it seems like the foundation of the relationship wasn't good. Like my parents, but my parents are supportive of each other now. Yeah,
or whatever.
It can grow.
Then it was like she was auditioning to be my wife. It was like she couldn't keep her hands off me.
Okay. Well, that's normal.
This came up in like a marriage counseling thing that my jaw hit the floor when she said this several years ago. She said she had sexually assaulted me in one of our dorm rooms.
Excuse me?
I remember, and this is I don't.
That took a turn. What? Is she saying that she took advantage of him like he was drunk or something, or sleeping? Oh wow, I didn't see that coming. Me neither. Like, what do you mean? He looks just as trouble as we are as well, and the fact that she had. Okay, all right. Okay,
I feel crazy. I remember being really, really mad at her after the fact, and I remember.
But he doesn't remember.
Like,
look what happened.
No one is going to believe me.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible. Poor man.
And I remember, this is the wild thing. I remember being so mad at her, but not remembering what I was mad about. And I went to one of the leaders in the Christian group, and he said that I needed to forgive her.
What?
And that means...
What about reporting her? What about making a police case or something? I don't know. I feel like that might be the better option here. Like, oh my God, you know, when you have bad mentors and leaders, it's just not. Oh. Church dude, what are you doing is what I'm gonna say. You know, I'm not gonna say all the churches and all that. Like, just there's some groups that are just not. Like, the first thing you're gonna tell the dude that got assaulted is you need to forgive or not. Like, we need to get you help. We need to like therapy. We need you to call the police. And now this same woman that assaulted you is now belittling you in your marriage. Oh, I'm feeling heated right now. I'm like, what you mean? What the hell you mean? Oh. Yep, he's definitely got Stockholm syndrome or whatever it's called, where she's done some really horrible things to him, but he still forces himself to love her. Like, I mean, he doesn't love her, but he can't leave her for some. Ooh, okay.
I should act like it didn't happen.
Well, that guy.
Wow.
Hold on, stop. That guy sucks.
Wow.
Yes, I understand that now.
That guy's.
Wow.
So
This
for
video
people
took a
listening
turn.
who don't have a faith background, what we're talking about here is somebody who established.
Yeah, 4 kids. But honestly, who knows what else this woman has done? Like, who knows what kind of other type of abuse she can have done to the kids? Honestly, he needs to take his kids and run. Because it's not like it's someone that has repented. Not that it would excuse it, but she has not repented and apologized and and tried to make it right, which you cannot. But she hasn't tried to do it. There's no. Okay. Well, he thinks he loves her, and that's what he said. Yeah. Oh, that hurts me for this man. No.
Sexual intimacy boundaries. And the other party, I don't care which gender's which, crash through them. And it's common to not remember details right away. It's common to have overwhelming sensations of emotions, whether it's rage or anger. Sometimes it's laughter. Sometimes it's intense love, which is the fight, flight, or fawn. I mean, your body responds how it responds. But then you went and sat with a mentor and said, hey, this just happened. And they said, well.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It's in your head. It's fine. She's a woman. It's fine. Just go along with it and you'll be okay. That's basically what they told him. And I am so mad right now. I can't. Oh my God. This isn't a series. It's an ongoing crime for 18 years, maybe more. Who knows for real? From an outsider view, this is really easy to say this is what the right option is. But when you're in that situation, it's hard to make the right choice. I only feel bad for him. I feel extremely bad for him. I cannot. If it was someone in my life, I would try my best to get him out of this. And I guess it's good that he would call someone like this that is up 100% outside. I can tell him that this is not okay. Like, this is not a normal situation to go through. It's just not. And he keeps saying, I hate myself for thinking this, because he's surrounded by people making him think this way of thinking is wrong. Yeah, oh, poor man, I feel so bad for him. The kids maybe, oh, mommy does nothing around the house and daddy does everything even when he's tired. This is normal. Oh, mommy screams at daddy again. This is normal relationship. Yeah, no, I can't imagine the kids having a very perfectly normal, growing up in the situation that he's doing. Even without the whole assault thing, the whole belittling him like that and basically bullying him, I don't think that the kids are blind to this. Impossible. My God.
Dude. And I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, another instance happened later, and I do remember that one. But in the aftermath of that, I remember I was so just furious, and I couldn't eat or sleep for several days.
What was it? Were you mad at her, or were you mad that you'd had this you didn't want to. You didn't want to have sex with anybody till you got married. Were you mad that you thought God was going to strike you with a lightning bolt? Like, what were you? What was the rage that you said stop and she didn't?
Yes.
Okay.
That
All right.
I felt like I couldn't.
He just all the boundaries out there. He got us. It is just being vindicated for the first time in his life. Yeah, and the kids will be seeing him fall apart slowly, which will definitely ruin their whole parental dynamic. A kid never wants to see their father and mother fall apart. Yeah, and it's such a toxic environment. And this poor man, I feel so bad. I really did not think this video was going there from I don't like being around my wife. She's annoying. I didn't know that this is what we're doing with that one. I didn't want to end on such a depressing note.
I mean, obviously, I could have overpowered her and gotten out of that situation, but where would that have gotten me? You know, But I told myself, hey, this will be great. If we get married, it means that she's super into me, and we're gonna have all this wheels off sex, right?
How does getting married mean she's gonna be into me? You're a victim, and you're being manipulated, and I am sad. I'm so sad for this man. I cannot.
As I've heard it said. But then, moving ahead,
this is
we
far beyond
eventually
annoying.
get married,
Yes.
and she became a completely different person as soon as we got married.
So it has been 18 years.
Fits of rage. She would just fly off the handle at nothing at all. And I'm like, hey, what's
She's
really
a
bothering
crazy
you?
person.
Oh,
Crazy
you
criminal.
put the pot in the wrong sink. What's the matter? Like, how could you? Like, and I'm like, that's not really the issue. Like, yes, it is. You're an idiot. And it just, okay. And that went on for about 3 years. And we went through 3 different marriage counselors who all kind of shrugged and said they didn't know what to do.
What? You tried to get help and they're like, I don't know, bro, figure it out. Oh, this man has been wronged his whole life by everybody. Like, he just got betrayed by everybody that should have helped him, and it sucks so much. I cannot. If he were to try overpowering her, it'd get blackmailed into marrying her, or he'd be in jail because the woman's opinion is more taken. Like, I don't know. Honestly, she sounds like a crazy person, and she may have overturned it on him in one way or another. I don't even know. Love my wife, but don't like to be around her. That makes no damn sense. Oh well, you should watch up to what happened. It does make a lot of sense right now. Hello, Hugo. First video, I have a crush on a married man. Is maybe flirting. Second video, I married a spoiled child. Third video, I'm a victim of at least 6 crimes. Yeah, it really took a turn that I did not expect here. Not even a honeymoon phase after the marriage. Nothing. She just turned. I guess she was just hiding. I mean, she wasn't hiding. She was already evil from the get-go, and she just unleashed it 100% after she got the ring. That's pretty much it.
The third marriage counselor said, let me see her one-on-one for a while, and that started to help. Our church was not helpful. They were...
oh, my God.
Basically, the thrust of it was, if the husband is the head of the household, the wife is the weaker vessel, and if my wife is having a hard time, it's my burden to shoulder, and I need to figure this out and make...
So, like, if your wife is abusing you, that's because she has a problem, but that's your burden. Is that what they're doing? Oh, I'm feeling all sorts of ways about this. I'm feeling so annoyed right now. I cannot believe this poor man's life ruined by so many people. He's been failed by so many people in his life. And it's still ongoing, and it makes me very sad for him.
Make her happy. So I had to just let her have whatever she wanted. Do you want to live in this kind of house? Whatever she wanted was what I had to do and accommodate.
God, you've gotten the worst faith integrated life advice.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Golly, dude. I'm sorry, man.
We live in a society. Yeah, he does have every right to be a villain. This title and story is like an IAT post. The title would be written like, I know I'm the asshole, but the content will be everyone screaming, you aren't! You are the victim! Yes, I feel like everybody would be screaming that in the comments as well.
I hate it.
I hate it for you too, bro.
Do me a favor. Bring me to right now.
Okay, so
hold on. Let me hop in here. You have a woman since you were dating. Is that complete and total disregard for the person in front of her, which happens to be you? And when you've sought help every step along the way, people have said either trained, licensed professionals have said, I don't know, man, or they've given you horrific wisdom.
Well, not all of them were
That
nice.
that wasn't wisdom. That was just trash flowing out of their mouths. That's what he got. That's all that was, okay? The sad part is that a church group or religious group can't give good relationship advice or advice on this kind of thing. The thing is that I don't believe that. I think that it can happen, but just like in everything in life, there's a lot of trash everywhere. So you can find a good church group that will have wisdom and will have people that have common sense and stuff. Like this man, the therapist, he's Christian, and like, if the people ask on the calls, he will give them Christian advice. If that's what they want, he will like shove it down their throat, and he can give good advice. And then there's the trash people that this man encountered in his life, and I can't believe. I hope like he's not in that same church and not talking to any of these people that are telling him that it's his job to figure it out after all that. And he can't do anything about it because these are groups he is part of that he trusts. He needs to find a new group. I know it's probably gonna be very hard, but he cannot stay around people that accept that he's getting abused and they believe that he should just accept this and live his life that way. Like he just needs to get away. These are just toxic people that do nothing for him.
But yeah.
which I wasn't going to go there. I was trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but often
I'm
Christian
not.
counselors are the worst.
Yes.
They're the worst. The reality is, where do you find yourself right now? Because as painful as this is for me to say, having my own history of having to go through some hard stuff, we're here right now. And the only thing we can change is what happens next.
I tried to have breakfast, do the breakfast thing. There's this mental health podcast I'm addicted to.
Yes.
Which is another call. Hopefully I can quit that. But
No, that's what's one good addiction to always keep. Always keep that one.
So I was like, hey, I've been listening to this show. He's got some good ideas, and what if we have sit down and have breakfast and really iron out? And she couldn't hear anything I said after that. She just started crying. She's like, oh my gosh, you want to divorce me? It's just.
Oh, oh no. Like she's extremely toxic and manipulative. Like she just if he brings anything up, she's gonna cry about it. She's gonna start the waterworks and be like, oh my god, you're gonna leave me. This poor man's getting manipulated out of his mind. What is he texted to? Oh, about a podcast he watched. It's nothing real, a mental health podcast. Like it's not a real bad addiction. It's a good thing for him to watch. I need to rectify my statement. They won't usually have the best advice because they're not as well suited to give advice on these topics. Agreed. A lot of them are not. They're just not good. I stopped going to church when I realized they're using sermons at political platforms. Next thing I knew, that church has a billionaire leader. Yeah, it sucks because I grew up in churches that were not like that. So I understand the look that it gives. It's like the thing, as a black person, when a black person does something dumb, I'm like, bro, why are you doing that? It all reflects on us. And I feel like churches work the same way. Like when churches do dumb stuff like that and stuff like that, it reflects badly on all the other churches, and it just makes it hard to make a point or have people trust a church or an organism that is related to a church. It is really hard. People mess it up for everybody everywhere all the time, Oh, emotional manipulation too. She is just a whole abusive package. She is. She literally is. Oh my god, you're gonna divorce me, girl. If it is, you get a half his position, get a grip, and she would probably make it the most miserable experience possible for him for 100%.
Became this thing, and I was like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I should have softened my startup, or maybe I didn't think that was aggressive. And I'm like, look, it seems like you're off the rails right now. Maybe we can try to have this conversation later. But yeah, I would love to be married to someone that I could, talk about, hey, let's go get breakfast, and not have her just blow up at me. That would be
Yeah,
nice.
because she's trying to avoid it because she knows she's trash. She knows she's trash. So she's gonna cry so that you leave her alone because she doesn't want to have that talk because she doesn't want to face it. She doesn't want to have to deal with what you're gonna say because she knows that you're wrong. You're not, you're right. She knows she's wrong. She knows she's trash and she doesn't want you to tell her to her face. That's what's up, and it's annoying. It's so freaking annoying. Also, in the situation, half his wealth and assets is worth losing to get a divorce. Even 75% would be worth it. Honestly, like, she's literally destroying this man. And honestly, she's sounding exactly like the type of woman I see in freaking true crime that would murder her husband for the insurance. Okay? She sounds exactly like the type of person that'd be like, that sounds like a good idea. Honestly, run for your life. Run for the hills. I don't know if there's any way to repair this relationship. Like, I try to be positive and see like the bright side of things, but honestly, I don't see it happening in this specific relationship. It's hard to see. I went to church as a kid, and it was watching my pastor go from a very open-minded and emotionally intelligent person to a closed-minded bigot as he got more political at the end of his life. I just don't understand why churches need to get political. Honestly, like, can you not just focus on what you gotta do? Like, why do you need to get involved and talk about? I'm sure there's like some ways that it makes sense that I don't know that it's necessary to make it everything like take care of the soul of the people. Be a good shepherds, okay? Like, take care of the people and their souls and their problems, and like, I can't pay my rent this month. That's what you're supposed to be helping with, okay? Yeah, it may as well be an investment. And she will 100% take the kids in alimony. Like, yeah, that the scary thing is the kids, depending on how old they are, if they've been married for 18 years and they had kids right away, maybe like they're getting old enough that, they're getting closer. I guess maybe there's one that's 18 years old that can choose where to go, but like, it's just hard. And this is the type of woman that would be poisoning the kids against him and like inventing stories and like coaching them about stuff, and it sucks.
You're with somebody that does not sound psychologically stable, Tyler.
Yeah, let's go. That's that. She's not. She ain't it. She's not.
If she is, she's a powerfully manipulative,
Yeah.
emotionally painful person to be in the room with. The benefit of the doubt is she's struggling with some pretty deep, significant.
That's why he's struggling to be in a room where she's been. Like, he's physically and mentally reacting to it. It's so sad.
Issues that she needs some clinical help with.
He'll probably always be unstable, but
Yeah.
she's
I think,
matured a
honestly, I
lot
think
in
she's a
18
lost
years,
case.
and she's made changes, and she doesn't fly off the handle as often, and doesn't call me names.
But it's living with a time bomb. You don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I trust that. And his perception, I'm sorry, I like him a lot from what I hear, but I don't trust his perception of things at all. Bro don't need podcasts. He needs an appointment with just Lauren Lake. Yes, he does. I love her. She's the best. The U.S. has a terrible divorce system. The ex-wife almost always gets over 50% of the kids in child support, and she can be as blunt about that being her goal without any ramification. Honestly, I don't know that much about it. I know that I've only heard that it's quite bad, but I can't imagine finding myself in a situation where I would have to navigate that. I don't know. I don't know that I would even survive the stress of it all, to be honest.
I mean, almost, nearly as often.
Can you be her
She hasn't
friend?
Honestly, no, you can't.
I think so.
No, you can't. If you think it means
We've,
no.
She won't even go to breakfast with you, Tyler.
We did go to breakfast. We kept the conversation superficial.
That's not friendship. That's job interview.
Yeah, really. So often that's her chipping down your confidence until you're just used to the milder insults and don't see them as insults. She's a professional toxic partner, my God.
Friendship is not getting bit. That's avoidance. Friendship is, can I tell you all the good stuff, the amazing stuff? Can I tell you the bad stuff? And can I tell you the really dark stuff? Can you see all of me and still say, I love you?
Yeah, that's true love
I'm
and
in.
a good partnership.
You can't even hire an employee of your own business
She's isolating him. She's toxic.
without being called less than, without some sort of character attack.
Yeah.
I don't doubt she's worked really hard. That's amazing.
I don't know. I don't care.
What
I don't care
what I
what she's
hear you
done.
telling me is it was so bad that this is better than. I'll accept that. I trust you on that.
I don't. Not fly off the handle as often. Bro's standard are so low, but his situation thinks it's playing. How long can you go? Yeah, he thinks it's better, but nobody would stand for this for an hour. He's just too used to like it being worse. He's been gaslit and manipulated by his wife. So what he really needs is a friend who tells him that he needs to leave that marriage. I want to trust him to make that decision for himself. Yeah, he needs a good actual support group because he went to his church, they turned him away. He went to therapist, they said I can't do anything for you. So he's never been helped. Even when he looked for help, he didn't get it. He needs to have that. I don't know, does he have family? Has anybody been able to notice that from an outside eye and be like, bro, I don't think your situation is healthy? Like, I wonder if he has anybody like to actually speak to, because yes, he can call this show and call to this man, talk to this man and try to get help, but he's not gonna show up to his house and help him get out of here. I don't know what to do for this man. How low can you go? My typos. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. But given his wife, I don't think he's got a good friend. I don't think the wife would let him. Yeah, I feel like she'd be the type to have a whole tantrum if he had a friend and be like, oh, he's toxic and he's not good for you, and isolate him and make sure he has nobody to help him out of it. I wonder, like, the oldest kid, if like we assume that, let's say that the oldest kid might be like 16, are they like able to see what's going on? I wonder. I don't know. And I don't think it's the kid's job to help, but at least if it can help him see that he's not crazy, it's not in his head.
Yeah. So how do we move forward? I want to get out of that past. I want to own it and
Honestly,
change my future.
I think you have to
run.
ask yourself, what do I actually want? And then you have to be clear about what that's going to look like.
Mm.
If you scream at me again, if you belittle me again, if you hit me again, if you take our money and buy stuff that we haven't agreed on again,
That she probably does.
if you are otherwise a person who lacks fidelity and integrity in this relationship, then you are opting out of being married to me. Then you, Tyler, have to make peace. If you have forgiven somebody, replaying it over and over and over and over is a choice to drag the past into the present.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's not fair either. If she's somebody who's working hard and working hard and working hard, and every time she starts to get ahead, you bring up the past and hit her over the side of the head with it.
Yeah, I don't want to be that person.
But also,
I just get really twitchy.
yeah, you got to deal with your trauma, and you haven't dealt with it yet. It will find a way out. It's probably your body working exactly it was designed to keep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the way he feels when he gets into her room after she left is probably just a physical reaction to the trauma. Like he is a traumatized man, traumatized, abused, assaulted, all the things, and everybody's gaslighting him into thinking that it's okay and he needs to deal with it, and it's terrible. He will say that to her. She will cry and emotionally manipulate him again, and he will not, sadly, not leave her. That's my pessimistic guess. Yeah, maybe we'll get a follow up call one day and you'll see that he managed, but right now I'm not too hopeful for him. Sad man. There's a Filipino song about this called Mas. No, I can't read that. I love you more now. The song narrates how less abusive she is now that she's dead. So the POV loves her more in a casket. That's really dark. We took a turn, but you know what? I can see why you brought that
Keep you
up.
safe. And you still have a snapping turtle in your living room that's bitten you and bitten you and bitten you and bitten you. Emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, physically, sexually.
Hmm.
And you're still trying to figure out, how do I. There's not a thing you can say, not a thing you can do. You've said everything you need to say, and you've done everything you need to do.
You tried your best, bro.
The next move is you looking in the mirror with a professional licensed counselor that you trust, saying, okay, how do I begin to solve for peace and safety in my life?
Yeah, and if that means leaving her and running for the hills as hard as it can be, please do it. Please do it, Tyler. We believe in you, Tyler. I like this guy's advice. His good advice that the issue that Tyler won't be able to give his ultimatum without the wife listening to him. Well, with the wife listening to him, yeah. She will not listen. She will listen to him, but we use it against him like, oh yeah, you talked about our problems in public, and then she'll find a way to turn it to make it his issue and he did something wrong, you know? Yeah, he needs a friend with a strong resolve to do these things for him or help him develop that resolve to love himself enough to leave the situation. Yeah.
What must be true for the life I want to build? And you start solving for that question.
You got this, Tyler.
And when you have some security there, you invite your wife in and say, okay, here's what this is going to look like. We're not going for she only hurts me or hits me or violates me or flies off the handle every once in a while now. We're looking for none of that.
Yeah. You were looking
What
for
must
someone
be
that
true
respects
for me to
you,
be safe
you
in my
know.
own house. And I know if it's happening to you, it's happening to the kids too.
Exactly.
What
There's
must
no
be true
way.
for you to get off your phone for hours?
There's 100% no way that nothing is happening to the kids. I don't know to what extent, but she's definitely doing something to the kids 100%.
Hours and hours and hours and hours at a time. What must be true for us to become friends? We've never been friends. Download the Hallow app.
Yeah, like, my God. And I thought he would be the bad one because of the title. Exactly. I went in ready to judge this man. I was like, another man having bad thoughts about his wife for no reason and whatnot. No, this man was 1,000% valid. Like, dang. Okay. All right. That's a note to end on. I did enjoy that you guys enjoyed chatting and yapping and looking at people's situation, even as traumatizing as the last one was. Because that was the first time we did that. I think I do enjoy it. I think I wanted to mix my interest in my yapping today, and I had a great time.